The Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. Keep silence. Keep silence. Keep silence before him.
Well, I got a young lady. I don't know who this is. I'm finna let her in real quick later. Woo. Let me see. I'm gonna let her in. What's going on, Miss Tara?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hey.
Hi.
First of all, I just want to say I appreciate this conversation because I don't necessarily pick sides, but like you, I believe in Jesus Christ and I teach about Jesus Christ. And so, if I just had an opportunity, I just wanted to say a few things to Miss Lady Wu. Mad respect to you. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm trying to
Oh
fix
yeah,
it.
you good?
Okay, good. Ms. Lady, well, you had asked a question about, I want to say that you were asking a question about like maybe slavery and whatnot. Can you ask that again? Because I wanted to
Yeah, I was
address
like,
that.
what was going on before there was a Bible and before slavery? That's the questions I have.
Yes, ma'am. If y'all would give me a second, I just want to address that if possible.
Go ahead.
So being a theologian, I'm just a student, a humble servant of God. Okay. But from my studies, and if you want to confirm all of these things, I encourage that by just looking in the Bible. But in the very beginning, like he was saying, in the book of Genesis, it talks about, the originator being God, and the Godhead three, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, God the Father. Now, slavery was not just enforced on Black people in America.
Mm.
Slavery actually started in the very, very beginning of mankind. The first slaves that we encountered in our human history was going to be the Israelites and Pharaoh in Egypt. Okay. So basically, the Israelites were getting really large, and Pharaoh was scared that if at any moment they decided to uprise or not do what he says, they could overtake them. So they decided to enslave them. So if I have my history correct, for about 400, 300 to 400 years, they were slaves to the Egyptians, until God sent Moses and Aaron to, let them go. So that's one set of slavery that we know about, right? Okay. If you go further, a little bit further in history, we get to reading about, kings, other kings, who ruled and things like that. Nebuchadnezzar, some of the other kings in that day. And they had slaves. Slaves were common whenever they conquered a land. They would take maybe the brightest people, the strongest people, and they would use them for their benefit. So that's how Daniel got captured, all through Old Testament, things of that nature. So now we kind of fast forward to maybe present day. And I would say maybe in the 1400, 13, 1400s, we're talking about slavery in general. You have slavery that was going on in Africa. You have slavery that was going on in some of the more so around Cuba, Spanish Armada, things like that. So my point here, my entire point here is some people in this country have been taught that slavery only existed, from maybe the white man and Black people, but that's not true. Our human
Mm.
history has taught us that slavery has existed in the beginning of mankind, period.
Right.
Yes, so just a little education is all I wanted to bring to sprinkle some seasoning on this conversation because I
I
love
appreciate
conversation
that,
like
Tara.
this.